Hey everyone, Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Now if you own a pickup truck, and of course you like buying tools, you have to use tools for your work, one of the big issues you might find is of course how do you store and safely transport those tools? So behind me I've actually got three options. Right over here to my right I have a toolbox that goes in your bed. On my left I have a roll-up tonneau cover or bed cover some people call them. And behind me, I've got a pretty cool third option that you can actually custom make yourself. So guys, let's jump right into it, and we'll start with the first one, the toolbox that goes right in your bed. Alright, now installation of these toolboxes is generally very simple. However, there is one downside with these toolboxes. Often the case that you're going to have to maybe drill a couple holes in the side of your bed to secure these in. Now in this toolbox there's already a few pre-drilled holes. However, the problem is they don't line up with any openings that I currently have in my bed, so I do have to currently drill a hole in my bed to fix this in. Now the good news is that once you do drill that hole, this is now lined up. You can get this in really quick, so only having to attach two bolts. I can reach my hand in here and up here, get that bolt in with no problem, and I'm installed, I'm good to go. Of course, now once I have this installed, I'm going to lose about 20 or so inches of bed space. Now I've got an 8-foot bed, so that gives me a little more than 6 feet now of remaining bed space. However, the nice thing is if I'm hauling plywood or anything, I've got just over 4.5 inches of space underneath this box here, where I can still slide a couple sheets of plywood under, and I've still got 8 feet of usable bed space underneath this box. Now, this box I did buy used off Facebook. Got it for about $150 or so, and it's about the same price as that roll-up bed cover that I grabbed. That roll-up bed cover is about $180 or so on Amazon, so I kind of got everything in right around the same budget level pricing here. Of course, you can buy these things new. They're going to run you around $600 to $800 or so. They do, of course, vary with the size and the type you want to get. I got one that has covers on both sides. So regardless of the side of the truck that I walk up to, I've got access to the inside of this toolbox, which is really nice to have. Now, of course, when we talk about pros and cons of a box in your bed, of course, it's not going to be easy to, take this thing in and out all the time. Although it is very light. It is solid aluminum, which is really nice, super lightweight. And of course, having the box in here, you can always take it out relatively easily. Now, it's not going to be compact like a bed cover will be. But it's still going to be, somewhat useful. You can stand on this thing. That's going to be nice. And it's going to hold up to a lot of weather, a lot of different things you're going to run into very well. Even with, having the weather stripping on this one kind of failing now, the way that it overlaps is excellent. So it's going to hold out majority of the water very easily here. Alright, so that was the toolbox that goes right in your bed. Now let's put on that tonneau cover or bed cover. It's just a roll-up bed cover, right around the same price. Let's put that on now and go from there.
Kirk Osamayo.
Alright, just got that on now. This is a Yada motor. I actually own their floor mats in my truck as well too. Decent Amazon brand. I feel like they kind of copy some other brands, but really cheap bed cover, and it has held up fantastic for me. Now, as you can see, that went on pretty quick. I think I can do it in about 5 minutes by myself. It's not terrible. Of course, it's got the handle down here where you pull just like that, and now I can roll the whole bed cover back up. Now I have the entire bed now. All 8 feet of the bed is now covered. It's not 100% waterproof. There's a few things you need to do to waterproof the entire bed. I'll show you that up here. So right up here, they give you a little piece of foam that you're supposed to attach on the front of the bed to make it waterproof. When it's really sunny outside, you can actually see right through this crack here in the front of the bed. Also, I do like how they have, this is actually angled down and away from the bed So any water that's even trying to get through will still just kind of fall off the bed and not go through, as well as there's nice foam underneath this whole bed rail here, which is really cool to see. Now, of course, this gives you the access to the entire bed in here now, so you can slide pack outs, you can slide all your tool bags in here. It's really, really nice. Now, your downside of this, of course, is going to be that, you know, stuff can get lost way, way up there. You got to then open this whole bed cover up, go all the way into the bed and get to the end of the bed, which is a full 8 feet up. Or if you're counting the tailgate, this is a full 10 feet from where I'm standing to the front of the bed now. And of course, one of the downsides you're gonna have is now I lose access to my bed and pretty much entirely now. I can't really haul anything, you know, back there that's gonna be taller than this bed cover. Of course, you know, I can, and I've done this before, is roll this up about halfway. I don't really like to do that because I want this thing to come off, but I can still carry, you know, taller things back here, which is pretty nice. Of course, when it comes to security, all it really takes is going to be someone with a knife. You just knife right there. You can cut this whole thing open and you can access whatever is inside. All right, so let's talk about a little bit more crazier of a third option here. And this is actually what I do the majority of the time. Now, I've got a Ram 2500. This is a 2019 crew cab. And what I like to do is check this out. This back seat actually folds up really nicely. Now, it folds up nicely, but that's kind of the problem now is I can't really load tools in here. I don't have a nice flat loading space. As you can see, I've got this large kind of pillar here, kind of a wall. I do have kind of a nice little cubby here and on the other side, but I got the drivetrain in the way here and these kind of cup holders. So it's not a flat load space in here. You can't really throw a pack out in here and it won't really stay secure. So here's what I did to kind of solve this, and check this out. All right, so what I did was basically just take a sheet of plywood. So I added a 1x2 right here to give me a little bit of a bumper here. And then I added a 2x3 up on the front here to give me a larger bumper. Now I've got a kind of a jigsaw cutouts here. There's gonna be some sensors for your seat belts here on each side. So you wanna make sure you avoid those as best you can. All you have to do then is add in a 2x4 to level you out right here, and you're basically gonna be sitting right on top here. Now the cool thing is the seats still come down, so in a pinch, if you had to carry someone back here, it's still totally possible. Although they're gonna lose a little bit of leg room. And what I can do is I can still load pack outs and any bags back here really nicely. I'm not gonna damage anything now because anything's gonna slide, it's gonna hit into the back of the seat, or it's just gonna hit one of these bumpers, and it's not gonna fly off into the doors either. So really cool. And these are really, really easy and cheap to make. You make them for about 20 or 30 bucks or so. I just kind of spray painted mine all black to make it match the interior of the truck, and that is it. All right, guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed some of these options. Hope this helps you to decide which kind of tool storage method you want to use on your truck. You know, they're all three options. The reason I bought all three, I never really know what I'm going to be doing that day, so I like to have all the options ready to go. If I'm going to use the back of my truck more often, or I'm going to need to haul more people, I've got options now. Of course, no one option is going to be the best to use, but they're going to be all right around in that same price point. It's not hard to find a toolbox for around 150 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. The bed covers are relatively cheap. You can also, you know, these could go up to a couple $1,000s too if you want the really nice ones, but this $180 one off Amazon works just fine on my 8-foot bed. And finally, just doing a custom build out in the back seat of your truck. If you don't use the back seat for hauling people, there's always a way to do a custom build in the back of your truck for relatively cheap. This is probably what I use the most so far. I'm in Florida, so I'm always concerned about my batteries and my tools getting too hot, and having them in the AC is a fantastic way to keep them lasting longer. I haven't tested it out yet, but I would assume that anything in the back of my truck, especially that toolbox, in the Florida heat, when it hits 98 degrees out in full sun, I'm sure this box would easily hit 150 to 160 degrees plus. Without a doubt, this thing will get super, super hot. You will definitely be losing batteries pretty quick with that. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. And take care, guys. Have a great day.